and welcome in. We have an action-packed Saturday, ready to really hop in, smash some bets. A little DFS, arbitrage, positive EV, all using odds jams tools. But hopefully you're having a strong start this morning and very excited to get into it, right? Got a lot of NBA today, a little bit of NHL. We got a big Stadium Series game. We'll take a look at some boosts. We got a little parlay boost going on over at Onyx, by the way. So let's just kind of jump in. I got the EV tool pulled up. At the moment, I don't have anything for PrizePicks, so we're just going to go to the Sharp Money tool and start off there. So over here on the Sharp Money tool, we have a couple of different plays here. Go right here. So looking just at PrizePicks right now, we'll jump over to Underdog and Better and Parlay Play, DraftKings Pick 6, Dabble. But for PrizePicks, as you can see here, we got about $4,300 over here on Dosamu, under on his PRA. Someone's posted about 2K. They want this at minus 121. Somebody wants this at minus 119. So definitely a pick that I want to put on my slip. So I'm just over here on PrizePicks on my other monitor. And I'm going to go ahead and add this one. And then we're going to look to see what else we have here. Harrison Barnes on his points. Again, this price that we get towards FanDuel, the rest of the books, not very good. So I'm not really impressed by that price. Sabonis, 28.5 points in rebounds. Yeah, not really. Not really. And just kind of trying to walk you through my process of what I do and what I look for when I'm looking to make a slip, cook up a slip. Take the bits and pieces, guys, that you like, or take the strategies that you do like and apply it for yourself. Tobias Harris over 12.5 points. Better price in terms of what we're getting compared to FanDuel, which I think is a very sharp book for NBA player props. This is obviously wildly off to MGM, but getting this at minus 119 odds is okay. Also, I am devigging to Pinnacle over here on the positive EV tool, just looking for PrizePicks. If we pull this up towards FanDuel, again, just really one play right now. This is Sam Hauser over 10.5 points. Again, I like to play 3-pick slips. I'm getting this at a slight edge over here. So we'll add the Hauser play on his points. So we're going to take AO under, Hauser over, and then I'm just going to see if I can devig to Bookmaker or Circa and find anything at all. Usually a little early in the day to go ahead and grab some plays for the NBA player props, but check it out here. Irish, what's up? Mike, what's going on? Billy C. Anton had first winning night in like 10 days. That's awesome to hear, dude. Que pasa, amigo? What's going on, Skunky? Que pasa? And hopefully you guys, we turn the calendar, turn the page. For myself, it was the worst month of my sports betting career. Wasn't close. Would love to hear from you guys. I'm sure I know some of the sentiment, but would love to hear from you guys, OGs and DGens, how it went for you this January. Probably going through the worst stretch of my betting career since I started using OddsJam. So it's been 4 years. So yeah, it's definitely been, and it's been so, I'd say it challenges me way more here than it really does, on my bankroll. Obviously, I'm betting smaller units than what I used to, but I definitely would say mentally, it's been very, very challenging. Just to, say, all right, man, we're like, that winning day's coming. We just got to keep pushing. So Ryan Rollins, it's minus 128 here, which is okay. Somebody has about $900. They want this at minus 127. Again, this is a lower liquidity altogether here, guys. Something else that you can do, if you kind of find yourself like me looking for this third leg and you're like, man, I don't really know. If you ever just come over here to the low holds tool, right, and then just grab PrizePicks or whatever sports book you're looking to hit up, and to see if we can find anything at all. And if we can't find any 0% plays, type this up to maybe like a number like 1 or 2. And if there isn't anything there, okay, it's fine. But I really like to look for just PrizePicks plays, devig to Pinnacle. There we go. There's 4 results. And obviously these are some negative plays. They're not positive EV. Looking at this at minus 119 odds. But this is something else that you can look for in terms of, what do the rest of the books have it as? Pinnacle's at minus 133 in this tennis match. If we can get this under 21.5 total games, like this could be something. And obviously I lean more Pinnacle when it comes to tennis. No doubt about that. So I don't want to go popular. I just want to go everything. Yeah, they don't even have it. This is from Monday, so this is not available. So again, guys, I don't like to force a slip just to force a slip. We have some options on the sharp money tool. We're putting this AO play on there. We have a play for Sam Hauser that looks really good. I'm just trying to see kind of what else we have that looking compared to FanDuel that looks kind of decent. And I would say it's probably Tobias Harris. So we'll take a look at that. And again, I'm just going to probably put a quarter or half of a unit on this play at the very most. And when it comes to these plays, it's tough. We're running a three-man slip, right? The edge is no insurance here, guys. We're going to move over to better. We're going to look at underdog. Like we mentioned earlier, there is a 15% parlay boost over on Onyx. So we'll take a look at Onyx as well. Got a lot of good stuff over at DraftKings. If any of you are brave enough to hit this up, check it out here. Irish said, what's going on, MP? How are you, my man? No doubt about that. Yeah, I mean, shout out to the Arb Father. I saw his post. I loved his post before a hit. He had his best month ever, where he made, I think, like maybe $60,000. So would love to also hear from the Edge Zone people how it went for you guys with Edge Zone this month. I didn't get to use it as much as I'd like to. And it seemed like the days that I tailed Salt was the first time that Salt had like losing days in a row. By the way, guys, like to kind of give you a recap, and I'll get off I'm going to bring some positive vibes, but on Friday, lines for NBA's games yesterday opened up. So on Friday, I was looking at Saturday's NBA games. And I saw the injury report pop up that like a bunch of players for the Bulls were like doubtful. Like Vucevic was doubtful. Giddey and Kobe White were questionable. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to play some money line bet on the Heat right now. I got it at plus 100 odds on Sportzino. So I bet $100 yesterday on the Heat at plus 100 odds on Friday. The closing line value was minus 192. So at tip, you could have got it at minus 192. I bet it at plus 100. Miami lost. Like, can't make this shit up. Just can't make it up. Like, I got 92 cents of closing line value on my decision, and it still lost. So, like, I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm making all the right... And that's the thing that troubles me the most is just mentally. It's just like, you're just going through one. And you're like, man, I know what I'm doing works, but it's not working this month. And so... and obviously this, if it's not working for me right now, guys, this all bleeds over into Dub Club, right? So for Dub Club, yeah. For anyone that leaves a comment, I know it's not going well. I know it hasn't been going well. So always appreciate those that ride with me because we went after some NHL goal scorers yesterday, which is by far my best market, and we only hit on 1 out of 7. So it didn't work out very well. Looking at some underdog, looking at better. See what we can have here. Let me look at we're looking at sharp money right now. All right, so Sabonis, someone has about $900 here. Someone wants this at minus 118, minus 119. Obviously, you can get this minus 116 on a 6-pick slip. I like to play a 3-pick slip, which not great to FanDuel, and it's not ideal. George on his points. Okay. Not ideal. It's all right. It's not great to FanDuel. It's just like okay, barely okay, but the under here. So I'm not very impressed at the moment with anything for underdog. D-Vigging to Pinnacle. FanDuel now is a little different story. The problem though with FanDuel is that we have one play that's 2% edge on Ace Bailey, which isn't quite good enough. Remember, guys, now this is all, I'm looking at this through a lens of playing a 3-pick slip because I love to play 3 picks. So minus 122 odds or better is what I need. And this is, they're thinking, if you're playing this on a 6-pick slip, then obviously it's minus 116 odds. But all of these plays here have a very small edge, even for minus 116. So we're just going to move on to better because there isn't much right here at the moment for underdog. All right, little different story with better, right? Like this Derek White play, minus 124.5 odds. We can get minus 122. That's a value. Miles Turner, not so much. But we also know that better offers some nice discounts. They got a Donk discount. They got a Luka discount. This Donk discount, though, this match starts at 11. I will say this, guys. Better has been showing, obviously, esports is now back in action. The season's in full swing for all the various different esports. What I will say is I'm going to double check their esports plays to the Larry model over at JuiceBets. JuiceBets, they have a very powerful esports model. It's called Larry. The Larry model crushes esports. And like, for instance, the discount that we hit up a couple days ago, the model did not like that discounted play, even though it was discounted. So I just want to take a quick little look over here on Donk just to see, like, do they have any opinions? And for the total kills, yeah, I mean, their model doesn't mind this one. Their total kills is at 37.9 for the model. We're getting this at 36.5 on the over. So it's okay compared to the Larry model, but they definitely like the under. So we'll grab this donk play. And definitely check that out. If you guys play a lot of DFS, like to play esports, JuiceBets, their Discord, they just have a fantastic esports model that's really, really good. You have to, unfortunately, you have to join the VIP program, their VIP, in order to get access to the esports model. But it is something that is definitely really solid. And so I'll throw a link in here in a second, guys, once we cook up this slip for anyone that's interested in that. Obviously, I get some type of kickback as well for that, so that's why. All right, let's see. What do we got here? So, for those of you, that are going through it with me, I'm not stopping. I'm not quitting. If you want to take a day off, I totally understand that. But otherwise, the show goes on. And I know that the math that the tail end of my chart and everything shows that I'm way down to the bottom and experiencing some extreme variance. So I know that at some point the math will work out for me and it will flip my way. Okay, so George here, Kenneth Walker. This is for the Super Bowl. I don't know how many people want to put together a third leg on Better for a Super Bowl pick that's obviously next Sunday, but they really like the under on his rushing and receiving yards. But this isn't for Better, that's for Underdog, if anyone was interested. Luka today, under 8.5 assists. Good price, getting this at minus 122 to FanDuel. Not bad at all. So we'll add this on Luka. The under 8.5 assists. Okay. Again, it's just a 3-pick slip, guys. With these discounted slips, I can only play $10. I play these every day. They're really solid. If you have Better, I would definitely take advantage of the discounted slips. All right. Let me share this. Thought I copied the link. Let me catch up with everybody. Irish said, hit some early morning German basketball on a 3-pick heavy juice soccer slip 5-0 this month. There we go, dude. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Yeah, Todd, yeah. I mean, obviously what we're betting into is, very, they're a little higher in terms of lower percentage that they'll actually hit just because of their nature. But yeah, it wasn't, Penguins had 6 goals yesterday. Malkin didn't score one. Now, he's not like a heavy goal scorer, but still, definitely stinks. Where are we at here with this? All right. So for anyone that wants to check this out with this Larry model, guys, which I know some of you are, here's the link. Awesome. Now, it is $150 a month. I will say, this is a model I use all the time for esports. And right now, we're back into the thick of it with esports in terms of each day. They just added Valorant. So they got CS, Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Valorant, COD. They got a lot going on, and their model does very, very well. So one of my favorite ones to use for esports. We do have another discount over there on Better, which I don't want to, forget about that. But I'm just not seeing like a ton of awesome value here at the moment. And again, even though we have a lot of options here, this Miles Turner play, this RJ Barrett, Ace Bailey, these are all below minus 122 odds. So we got a Luka and a Joker discount. So I'm just going to hold off, guys, because as we get a little bit later to tip, Luca games at 7 o'clock Eastern. Joker's at 9:30 Eastern. So once we get a little bit later to tip, there'll be a little bit more going on. Let's take a look at Dabble, and then we'll jump over to Pick 6 for DraftKings and just kind of see what's up. All right, one result. George on his first quarter player points on FanDuel. This is okay. It's not incredible, but it's okay on his first quarter points. What else do we have with Pinnacle? Anything? We got no results. Bookmaker, no results. Circa, Bet Online. If I move this to Power, does this really change anything? It does. Changes a little bit for FanDuel. So again, guys, if you're wondering like what's up, why do I use worst case a lot? Worst case is going to show you this Keontae George play has a 0.96% edge. It's the most conservative. Power changes things up a bit, and what you're going to know is this edge goes from 0.96 to 2%. Okay, so it increases it more. And why that's such a big deal is because if you're placing straight wagers and your edge goes from here to here, well, then you're going to be wagering more money on those plays. So just something in terms of what you prefer. That's why I use worst case a lot, because it's very conservative. And that's the other thing. I'm using worst case. I'm using the most conservative plus EV betting. And I'm still getting murdered. Let me catch up to everyone here in the chat. Anton, Super Bowl. Yeah, we're definitely going to take a look at that today. And I'm fine with jumping into it after we get into Pick 6, because I want to see, we're finally kind of here. We did place a bet last week on Hunter Henry under on his catches. Oh, no doubt about that, Wilbo. No doubt about that. Chi-Town, I think we lost a unit, maybe a unit and a quarter. I think the last 2 days combined we're down a unit and a half, basically. We really haven't had many green days. I'm really tightening up on certain things, certain plays, certain models. Player props for the NBA went well yesterday. We went 101 on our UFC fight, and then it was really just NHL goal scorers that let us down, and so something lets us down basically, but it is what it is. So we'll be getting that card out here a little bit later after the stream for sure. We did hit on our only college basketball play yesterday. It was a Kalshi play. And guys, when I give out like a Kalshi play, it has some decent liquidity. So I'm not giving out a Kalshi play that has like $80 of liquidity. So if you guys see that, that's the first time I put out a Kalshi play. But for those that are in Dub Club that are on the stream right now, that's what it comes down to. If I'm giving out a play like that, it definitely has some type of liquidity. Okay, sharp money tool for DraftKings Pick 6. We're not seeing anything there. I guess I'll also take a quick look at Dabble just to see, like, is there anything on Dabble? Four results for Dabble. Sharp, okay. Bryce DeFandel's like, okay, not great. Ryan Rollins, same thing. So all these plays are really like, they're under $1,000. This Jalen Duren plays a little bit better compared to the price that we're getting compared to FanDuel, but none of these are like I'm really excited about. So we're just not going to mess around with it. I'm not going to force a slip just to force a slip, because there's going to be days, or there's going to be a time later today where it's a lot better. DVigging at FanDuel, Miles Turner, Ace Bailey. These do have a slight edge, guys. You see over here this fair value. If we DVig solely to FanDuel, for those of you that don't know what that means we remove the VIG from the odds of the sports book to find out what the fair odds are. It's really minus 123, spot 68. So FanDuel's running a nice little promo today, guys, for me. I think it's like 30% boost for any 4-pick slip. But again, if you wait a little bit closer to tip for some of these games, you might see way more opportunities pop up. It's a little early in the morning right now, so we're not seeing a ton. All right, let's get into some Super Bowl props. So first and foremost, let's use the sharp money tool. Let's clear out everything. It's custom date range. We'll just go from here to here. And then we want to just go for football. And that's pretty much it. So sharp money tool. Someone's posted around $2,800 on Kenneth Walker under on his rushing and receiving yards. This is a play that you can obviously get on underdog, because unfortunately, No other sports book is offering this prop at the moment. That's why Underdog's the only one. Unless you wanted to maybe go the opposite side here on ProfitX or NoVig. Jason Myers, player field goals. Someone posted about $1,000 here. You can get this at minus 185 on MGM. Yeah, Irish, we're going to have to take a look at that. Once we're done with our Super Bowl props, we'll take a look at golf as well. Morning to you, Chi-Town, by the way. Mr. Morning. Good morning to you, my friend. So, okay. No way. Wait a minute. Cam Akers is on. I didn't know Cam Akers was on the team. I don't know which team he's on. I would assume he's on Seattle. They must have signed him. Cam Akers anytime touchdown on Bet365 is plus 4,000 odds. So if you wanted to put down $1 or $10 on Cam Akers, could be a really good time. Could be like an insane time. All right, so the Seahawks first half money line. Again, there's only $541, but I don't know. This is probably fake odds on BetNow. OddsJam has to be. This is an offshore sports book. They're probably pulling their odds incorrectly. If they are correct, this is a nuke. I would say this is like a 3-unit play, 2-unit play. All the sharp books are like minus 180, and you can get this at minus 145. So that looks really good. And then a sports book that I'm not signed up for yet, Boomers. Funny to make some jokes on it, but Boomers, Leonard Williams over on his tackles and assists. 3.5 plus 106 odds. As you can see, guys, this is a smash play, right? All the books are like minus 120 to minus 150. You can get this at plus odds. So I don't think that Boomers is the sharp sports book here, and we need to look out for them. I think that they're just stale to the rest of the market. Last but not least, Sam Darnold under on his interceptions to not throw a pick. I bet this a couple of times on Dub Club, and we've done well with the quarterback interceptions to not throw a pick overall for the season. But yeah, plus 115 odds. Like, okay, it's fine. It's okay, but I'm not like really enthused by it. So let's take a look at custom date range. Bingo, bango, bongo, and then let's look at Pinnacle. We'll look at worst case, select all the sports books, and we want the league just to be the NFL. Bingo. Okay, so this one's kind of crazy. I don't have any odds set up right now, guys. No odds at all. And honestly, I'm going to remove overtime. As much as I've talked about overtime, typically I'm only betting their player props because the rest of the props out there, guys, the rest of the markets that overtime is showing as positive EV, OddsJam is pulling the incorrect odds. So obviously we have I don't have any odds set up right now, okay? Because I don't know. Just going to give a little different flavor for everybody. If you're interested in Kenneth Walker, Pinnacle has this at plus 1,000 odds. You can get this at plus 1,600. Okay, so 150 rushing yards. Kenneth Walker, DraftKings Onyx. That looks really good. Patriots minus 7.5. 7.5 is a very, very key number, right? Because 3 and 7 are the two most important numbers in football. But if you think that the Patriots are going to blow them out, win by 10. This is very good to Pinnacle. It's an ARB to Pinnacle. Now, listen, remember a couple things here. Number one, ARBs to Pinnacle, that's great, right? But we're talking about plus 630 odds. So we have a 15.5% realistic chance of winning this bet. So just remember that. It's good. You want to put a sprinkle down, that's fine. If you're someone that wants to have a lot of different things on the game, a little sprinkle on FanDuel, a little sprinkle on DraftKings, all of these, no problem at all, right? Because there could be a lot of different scenarios out there. Darnold, passing touchdowns, Kenneth Walker, Ramondre, rushing attempts. Now, this Ramondre play is the first play that I would say, I would bet this. I would definitely bet this. No offense to the rest of these. And kind of something else, guys, when we're talking about like losing streaks, right? If you had a losing month, I'm not betting plus 285s or plus 360s or plus 700s. The only time that I'm doing that is if I'm betting NHL anytime goal scores, because I've been having an incredible season thus far betting that market. But if you are someone that's having a good month or had a great month last month, this is when I find myself personally being a little bit more like, yeah, let's go. Let's spread a little on Kenneth. Let's get him at 100 rushing yards. Let's get him at 150 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Like, let's do all of this, right? But when I'm getting my butt kicked, I dial it up, tighten things up. I go into just kind of like survival mode, if you will, mentally. I'm like, I'm not going after any of these plays. And I could be missing out on some legitimate, really solid plays, but not doing it. Hunter Henry, we bet this early in the week at plus 110. We bet this on a Wednesday. Of course, it's not looking very good for us right now because you can get this at like plus 119. And this is how it goes, guys, the back and forth. Now, if you would have saw my stream last Wednesday, the under looked EV. Now, the over looks EV. This is just the fluctuation of money in markets and where people think what's going to happen, right? So, unfortunately, it's not EV. It's better than Pinnacle's price, and honestly, the plus 110 odds, can't get that anywhere else other than Circa. So, I didn't get a horrible price, but it's not great. What else do we got? JSN Anytime TD. There's only $130 here. So again, like for Dub Club, I would love to recommend this play, but I'm not going to recommend this play because there's only $130, and most of you aren't going to be able to get this play. So it's not a play that I recommend on Dub Club, but here on the stream, go bet it right now. Apologies, a little congestion this morning. Okay, first half total points under, receiving yards, okay. 7.5 on the under. So there's a lot. There's a lot here. The main line seems to be 22.5. And obviously 22 and 19, this is a big difference in the first half under. So if I'm looking at these two, the same market, and I'm looking at this play and this play, go bet this play over at Ballybet or MGM or Bet Rivers. Don't bet this at FanDuel because an extra 3 points is a really big deal. If this lands at 20 or 21, then you're going to cash this play over here. On this play, it's going to lose. So, I know you're sacrificing some EV in this example, but I would rather have the extra 3 points than not. Okay? So, and if you want to bet both, be my guest. But if I had to pick one, I'd rather the under 22.5. We're not talking like this plays 10% EV and this plays 1%. They're very similar. Just bet the under 22.5. That's what I would do. Darnold to throw 2 picks. If you believe he's going to see some ghosts, go over to Canby. Really, anything that's above 2%, guys, I'm interested in. Matt Collins. Don't sleep on this with Fanatics, guys. Even if you're limited on Fanatics, I'm still able to wager sometimes $50, $60. Definitely worth it. I was kind of curious maybe to bet this one. Matt Collins, anytime touchdown over at Fanatics, definitely solid. Point spread plays, guys, you're going to be able to wager a lot of money here. Bet 365, plus 5.5 at minus 108. It's a solid odds range. You want to pair this with the under. Be my guest. This is kind of where, maybe I'd stop right here. JSN to get 2 touchdowns. If you want that on FanDuel, looks pretty good. So, a couple plays here with Bet 365 as well. Just depends on what you're looking for. Again, this Patriots play here at minus 3.5. It's a very key number. So, out of all the Patriots spreads, plus 5.5 is the most forgiving out of them all. So, there we go. Some Super Bowl props. Let's pull up golf, and I'll take a look at just DVigging to FanDuel. Or DVigging to Pinnacle, excuse me. Nothing? Okay. Let's go Mimi Power. What do we have? Anything at all? Nothing? Custom date range. I got the whole month selected, so how about Odds Jam? All right, so not showing any golf, but Irish, I will go over to the... Let me know, Irish, where you're getting this with what book. Yeah, no doubt about that, Anton. Like the Super Bowl is definitely another big push for the sports books to try to get you to sign up. So that's definitely something I would mention. So I was gonna say I was gonna look over to the let's go over the fantasy optimizer. Yeah, no problem about that. Because I don't know if it's a DFS book Irish, then obviously they will show some golf. Let's go. Where the hell's that? Here's PGA. Big tournament coming out here this upcoming week, guys. I'm out in Arizona. If you're going to be at the Waste Management, let me know. Waste Management is an absolute time. I can easily say I don't think I'm going to get anyone that disagrees with me, but if you do, let me know. Waste Management is the most fun you'll ever have in terms of all the events at the PGA Tour. Maybe other than the Ryder Cup, the Waste Management is by far the biggest party on the golf PGA Tour schedule. It's not even close. People go there that don't even know anything about golf because they just know it's a party. So if you're going to be out in Scottsdale this upcoming week, guys, let me know. It's one of our biggest events out here, which is the Waste Management Open. Absolute time. It's really just a zoo of just people that are just wasted by like 8:30 in the morning. It's pretty impressive. Not seeing much. Honestly, not seeing much. Let's take a look at Fliff. We have any golf for Fliff? I know you're probably not looking for golf for Fliff, but just curious. No, they're not even showing it. Okay. For my Fliff people, for anyone that's while we're looking at Fliff, 2 minimum data points. What do we have here? This boxing match. I mean, it looks like it's a good price on Fliff compared to FanDuel, but it's tough to say. Skunky, I don't have tickets. It's definitely one of those events, like when you're around your local area, where I could probably find some tickets. I've went on a Saturday before. I would really prefer not to go on a Saturday, unless I'm planning on getting absolutely annihilated, which I'm not, because it's tough. Like walking out of the tournament. So the answer to your question, Skunky, no. I don't have tickets. I don't know if I'm going to go. Walking out of that event on a Saturday and trying to find an Uber, you have to walk like 2 miles more just to get in range to find a car. It's pretty insane, for sure. No doubt about that, Anton. No doubt. Okay, let me also pull up Rebet here too. Wait a minute, no Rebet? Oh, there it is. Prop City. What do we got here for Rebet? And I'm also going to show a little arbitrage. Don't want to forget about my arbitrage, people. See if we can maybe hit up an arb. Not Kuzma. This could be definitely a play here. 21 cents off. Kuzma to at least to FanDuel right now. This looks pretty nice. I don't mind that play. So under 4.5 assists Kuzma. It's a juicy play, but it looks good. Yeah, not much else. Not much else I'm really like excited about there. For my arbitrage people, let's refresh this page. Okay, so let's see. This Luke Cornett play, like again, we've talked about this. If DraftKings has odds here, that means this is fake news for Onyx. And I'm going to say more times than not for Onyx, it's just not worth your time. So we're just going to remove Onyx right now. Kind of get rid of those plays. Props Builder, Sportzino. Oh, Fliff and Props Builder, guys. For anyone that's a Fliff Props Builder type of dude, Luke Cornett, this is definitely a good arb. Oh, never mind. It was a good arb. Not no more. Okay. What else do we have here? DraftKings, Hard Rock, MGM in the score. Colin Murray Boyles. This is 6% arb. Again, when you click on this play here, guys, it's going to be basically a 3-second timer on OddsJam. They're just going to start every 3 seconds scanning these odds to make sure it's real. This is definitely some type of mistake, probably by BetMGM. Most of you might be limited over there, but if you're not, this could be a way to get limited, but it's a really, really good prop, good arb, but I can understand if, you don't want to hit that up. I get that. First quarter player points, FanDuel, Sportzino. Obviously, if you're in Mexico, use FanDuel and Team Mexico. This play here with Champagne looks good. Is there any other sportsbook outside of Hard Rock offering this? Fanatics, but it's not worth your time. So it's really just a Hard Rock and, only type of arb. What do we have that's kind of more popular? Oh, here we go. Bet365 and BetMGM point spread play for the Raptors and the Jazz. This is an NBA point spread play, guys. So this is one that you could definitely try to get down. Like even on a limited MGM, you might be able to get down $115, 45 on Bet365 and make like $4. This is definitely a play here that is not there anymore. But that was very good when it was there. And it can be frustrating, guys, with the ARB tool. You're like, dude, like what is up? Like every play, it's not there anymore, right? You can click the play button also to kind of see plays that kind of pop up that's new. And obviously just click on a play. It's going to be pinned and it's going to stay there no matter what happens. So if you're looking at, oh, I don't know, let's just say a lot of Hard Rock, obviously. You're looking at this play on Props Builder and MGM. Once you click on it, guys, it's pinned. It stays there. It doesn't leave. If you want to unpin it, just click this X over here on the right-hand side. Yeah, I'll check Skunky. No problem, man. So at the moment, 4 sleeper. Not much. Oh, damn, what's going on, man? Oh, that's awesome to hear, dude. I had 2 bets. Lost one, won one. Both were total overs on the rounds. And honestly, early this past week, the EV tool recommended to bet the over 4.5 on the Diego Lopes Volkanovski bet on match. And I just didn't have any money in FanDuel, but I really wanted to bet that. So, obviously, with having a tough month, I'm in a bit of a liquidity crunch because my money's spread out between all these different books. So, didn't. But nice to hear that, dude. 11-leg parlay. And obviously appreciate you being an OG for 14 months. So a couple snaps there, clicks. Orty's another one. A lot of guys, Chi-Town Irish. A lot of you guys have been with me for over a year. Skunky as well. So I really appreciate you guys and just appreciate the support. But no, didn't bet too much. The Lopes fight was good. It was fine. Volkanovski though, dude, for 37, man, he inspires me because I'm 37. And I'm like, dude, if this guy could do it, I could do it. To answer your question here, Skunky, not really. Not seeing a ton. But if you're willing to get down, I wouldn't grab that cling and play. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal at the moment. We'll pull up the sharp money tool as well to see kind of what's up. Leagues, select them all. Sportsbook, clear it. Whoa. No, we want to go to the sharp money tool. What happened? Is it an excluded book? I don't get it. Oh, it's excluded my profile settings. My bad. Well, let me unexclude it then. My bad. That's why we're not seeing anything. Okay. Let's go back to the sharp money tool now. That's how you, if you guys want to know how to exclude books, that's how you do so. Sportsbook. There we go. No result. No results. All right, no results for sleeper, Skunky. So we're out on that. All right. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem at all. Of course. If I see you pop in the stream, I'll make sure to remember. Because I know we want to hit that up. So one thing that I want to take advantage of right now, before we jump in the sharp money tool and take a look at a bunch of stuff, Onyx, excuse me. Onyx is having a 15% all sports boost. I think it's up to like $100. I don't know what that up to 100 means. But let's go select DraftKings and Onyx right now. Let's devig to Pinnacle. And let's look for today. And that's all I really want to look for at the moment. What do we have? Okay, tennis first set money line all day long or money line play here. You know, tennis, it's women's tennis. Again, I can understand if you guys aren't interested. I'll do the first set money line for sure. Again, guys, you know, we see this all the time, especially in women's tennis. This girl's a big underdog, but she comes out and wins the first set, but then loses the match. This happens from time to time. So we'll grab this. I'll grab the first set money line. I like that, devigging the Pinnacle. Even though they're only taking $400, guys, just Pinnacle's a lot sharper. This is actually a slightly better play on Bet365 for any of you that are interested. The over on Coastal and Monroe, not a very high EV edge play here. I will double check quickly bookmakers odds just to see what they're taking liquidity-wise on this college basketball play. Typically for totals, the books take a little bit less. I could see bookmaker taking the same amount of money as Pinnacle on this. What do we got? Over 144.5. They're taking $1,100. Pinnacle's taking a little bit more. Any line movement here at all or no? Come on, OddsJam. Help me out, OddsJam. Help me to help you. Damn, of course. Oh, yeah, there's movement. Oh, that's nice movement. They went from plus 102 to minus 126. So we'll add that play as well. This is Coastal. What time is this game? At noon? There it is. We're looking at the over 144.5. Cool. All right, and then what's the final play? Got some team totals. Florida Atlantic, Wofford. Okay, this is... That's okay. It's not great. What do we got to bookmaker? Let's take a look at the bookmaker really quick. I don't want to go after those low EV plays. I want something a little bit better. FanDuel. What's the highest play on FanDuel? Knicks. Knicks by $1 billion taking on the Lakers. I'm not really interested in that. Let's kind of dial in the odds range a little bit. What's that look like right now? Again, guys, I really disregard all the plays here that just have a DraftKings logo. Sam Hauser on his points and rebounds. Okay, let's look and see if we have any movement from FanDuel at all. Not really. Actually, movement in the wrong direction from DraftKings, so I don't like that. I don't like seeing that movement. Gary Trent on his points. None of these plays are going to be arbs to FanDuel or low holds. Again, a little bit of movement from DraftKings. FanDuel's kind of chilling. All right, I'd like to see some nice movement from FanDuel in one direction. The over on Koulibaly, not much. They're kind of flatline. So this is a little disheartening. The under on the first quarter total points. Pinnacle's at minus 111. This is, you know, I don't normally like to look at that way, so not really. Derek White under on rebounds. Just trying to find something where I could see a little movement. But we're not seeing much here from FanDuel, so I'm just going to move off of that, guys, and we'll just go over to Pinnacle. I know it's a bit of a process here finding these. We talked about this. The Blazers' first half team total over. Oh, Pinnacle and Bookmaker agree with this, so let's rock this one. A little bit of a derivative market. Portland over 54.5. They're taking on Cleveland. They are at home. And for the first half, we're looking for team total. There it is. Over 54.5. Where'd the hell the rest of my plays go? Oh, Onyx. God damn you, Onyx. Yeah, man. I got to get this thing going here. I've been on this play way too long. All right, we're going to go back with Coastal. I got to go back to the women's tennis match. First set money line. There we go. And I can play this. Wow, you can play up to $100 here, guys. So this parlay, we're getting this at what? Yeah, we're getting this at 965. This is a really solid parlay. All right, we're going to go with this. I'll share this with you guys here in a second once it goes through. It does. There we go. So close there, Irish. Damn. All right, there it is, guys. I understand this first set money line's the juiciest play of them all. I threw $50 on it, which right now is probably a little much for my bankroll to throw this on a parlay. But there it is. 15% boost, guys. Very solid boost. We found 3 separate plays that had some type of edge. Putting the boost on top of this makes it just incredible. So there we go. No, wait a minute. Did I grab the wrong girl? Don't tell me I grabbed the wrong girl. No, I grabbed the right one. I think I grabbed the wrong one on the parlay. That's the one that I grabbed the wrong one on. Yeah. I probably clicked the wrong person. That's fine. Let me go back here so I can just add this to my. Let me go to league. Let's get rid of this and let's go to tennis. Yeah. All right, first set money line, and we'll grab her. There we go. So we'll hit the plus sign here on this Onyx boost. And again, I'm getting this at 965, which is solid. And odds boost. There it is for 50 bucks. Okay, let's go over the sharp money tool. Let's take a look at everything today. We're going to select all books. Let's just reset everything. Select all the books. Date ranges for today. And we'll just kind of stop to see what's going on. Where's the big liquidity at? No odds, no nothing like this at all. Okay, so Illinois, plus 1.5 on bet openly, minus 102 odds. Interesting. Okay. No problem, Irish. I mean, 890 is still EV. You know, you're definitely still getting the EV. So it's not bad at all. All right, if you guys, someone wants this obviously at minus 104 odds, we can get this at minus 102. 5,600 bucks. Pinnacle's taking 3K. So this looks very solid over at Bet Openly. I'd be willing to go bet this over there. Speaking of Bet Openly, the under 6.5, Ducks and the Knights. Pinnacle's taking 3,800 bucks. Circa's taking $2 grand, 2,400. Someone's posted 5K. So that's a little bit more. We're talking about NHL main market here. Betting this under. You can get this over at Bet Openly. This person wants it at plus 105 odds. Well, hey, guess what? You can get this at plus 105 odds. If you wanted to go slightly off this price, guys, you can get this at DraftKings, Caesars. This if you want to bet this under, it's available at a number of different sports books. Number of different books on the puck line. So I might go over to like Betmania because I'm working on a rollover over there. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of this under 6.5. I don't mind that at all. So this is one of those plays, guys, where obviously this is a mainline market. It's not like a 5x multiplier, but when it comes to mainline markets, sometimes it's going to be difficult to see a 5x multiplier. This is like a 1.5x multiplier, maybe, which I'm still interested in because it's the most popular market for the NHL. Puck lines, money lines, total goals. That's what it is. So there's that play. Now, Will Riley, this is a different story. This is a player prop. Player props, we want to see some serious multipliers because we know there's not a lot of liquidity being taken on this market. So where the heck is the NHL? There we go. Okay. All right, so we're in on this play. Let me click this in here, and I just threw 50 bucks at 100 odds at Betmania. Shout out to them. All right. Yeah, test it out, Anton. Test it out, no doubt about that. Soccer for today. This match starts in like 11 minutes. Canby Sportsbook, guys. Preferably Ballybet or Bet Parks. This is Italy Serie A. Under 2.5 goals at plus 140. 19 cents off to Pinnacle. Pinnacle's taking $20,000, and they got plus 121. Honestly, getting this on FanDuel is not bad either, or the score. I might be able to grab this over at Desert Diamond. If you can, grab it. At Kalshi, guys, for those of you that are looking at Kalshi, it's like okay. It's not great at Kalshi. Yeah, let's do this over at FanDuel for sure. All right, so I can't get it over at Desert Diamond because it's not there, but I can grab it over at FanDuel. And this match starts very, very soon. So again, it is an underdog here, guys. make sure that you kind of keep that in mind a little bit. Let's go. And soccer can be a little difficult sometimes figuring out what's what. Just go to Serie A here. If you type in soccer, go to click on soccer on FanDuel, Serie A, and we're looking at these two, right? And it's this first match right here. So you can see up here at the top on FanDuel, Serie A, it's the first match. Click in here. You could go to goals, but I'm sure they'll tell us the over under 2.5. It's at 132. And I'm sure the FanDuel's taking a lot of money. 757, not bad. Again, I'll just throw in a $50 spot here. And there we go. So we get that under 2.5 over there on FanDuel. Still, it's okay. But because we're so close to this game starting, I definitely like that. What else do we got? Knicks at -5.5, guys. This is +110 over at MGM. 8 cents off the Pinnacle. This is very good on MGM. I definitely like this. We're talking about the main line NBA point spread for the Knicks and the Lakers. This is solid. Pinnacle's taking $5K. Somebody wants this for $5,500 at +110 odds. I don't mind that. And even if, guys, you are limited on MGM, you might still be able to wager a decent amount on mainline markets for popular sports like the NBA. You might be able to do that. Okay. See if anything else really catches my eye on the Sharp Money tool. Dude, stream's kind of flying along right now, guys. 50 minutes. Back on. We will be kicking things off tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. So come on, stop by, tune in. As I mentioned before, guys, check out Overtime. They're in. I would highly recommend check them out for player props because they're most likely incorrect. We don't have a large NHL slate today, but let's go to the EV tool. Let's see what's up. Let's take a look at our NHL anytime goal scores. See what we have. One result. Pasta over at Bet365. This is definitely in play. Almost a 3% edge. If you're limited on Bet365, I would say no vig. No vig at +148, guys. Go bet this over at no vig. No vig and Bet365 really would be the two books that I would go grab this at. Not good enough over at FanDuel. Not good enough at all. So really solid play on Pasta. And for my no vig people, getting this at +148, definitely solid. So like this play on Pasta. Okay. So we got that down. We're good there. What else do we got here? So nothing else for NHL goal scores. Let's look at some NBA player props, D-Vigging to FanDuel. All right, so D-Vigging to FanDuel. And if we wanted to here, guys, on the custom EV formula, we'll do this instead. Let's go Pinnacle. Let's go Pinnacle like 4. Let's go FanDuel 5. Let's go 6, I should say. And let's see what kind of edge we got for NBA player props. So D-Vigging to FanDuel and Pinnacle. Where the hell? Why is this not showing Pinnacle? All right, what if I did 50-50? Does that really change anything? Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's go. We need FanDuel and Pinnacle to agree, which is very difficult sometimes, guys, for player props. We might not be able to find that. If not, I'll just drop it down to either book, and we can see what's up. Been very impressed with the EV Formula Builder. This is for all Platinum Plan members, guys, on OddsJam. If you want to try OddsJam 1 week for free, try the Platinum Plan out in this builder. Just use code Billy35. You'll get a 35% discount for 1 month. You're going to receive a 1 week free trial and then 35% off. All right, what do we got if we just use either book? Come on, help me out here. There we go. All right, so here's what we got. Some different plays, D-Vigging to FanDuel and Pinnacle. Haven't found one where they both agree, which that happens a lot with player props in the NBA. But want to just give you guys some different plays so that you could check it out. Okay? So we got some Candy plays. DraftKings play Vooch on his rebounds and assists. Got some plays on the Celtics for the over on Portis and Quetta. Okay. Miles Turner. And you'll see which book is backed by, right, guys? That's how it goes. And so if you scroll, I'm just like, man, do I see like a FanDuel Pinnacle matchup? And not really, right? Not at all. But as I mentioned before, guys, these plays with overtime for player props, this is where I really like to use the book. So let me see if I can show you one right here. Here we go. So on points for Quetta, FanDuel's at minus 128. Pinnacle doesn't have odds yet created for this market. So when I click into this specific market, you can see that, no VIGs obviously populate a little bit. I mean, FanDuel's down here at minus 128. This isn't an arb or a low hold, but it could be out there. Could be something that you want to grab. But Overtime is definitely a book that I like to use for player props. It's in crypto. It only accepts crypto, and it's an exchange. So, you kind of have that. There's a couple different things working. With Overtime, when you win a wager, you have to make sure that you claim that bet. It's not like FanDuel. It doesn't automatically just throw the funds in your account. It has it on your profile. You actually have to then claim the ticket. So, to give you guys kind of an example of what it looks like. So if I wanted to look, let's see if we have any better overtime plays. This is kind of the top one right now in Quetta. Okay, so over here on overtime, guys, it's a little different. Just a little different. Come over here, you go to the Celtics and the Bucks. We're looking at player points, right? So there is liquidity available, but there's not like a ton of liquidity. It's not like your normal sports book. So I just scroll down here to points. Where are we at? Where are we at? Excuse me. And right here, the under. And what you're going to notice here is that there's only $65 of liquidity right here. It's very hard to see. But there's only $65 of liquidity available on this under 9.5. Minus 105 odds. But if I use the overtime token, I actually get this at minus 104 odds. So it's slightly more EV. So OddsJam is telling me to wager $90. Okay. So I have a decent amount here. I don't know how much actually in overtime because it's an overtime token. Okay. Let me double check really quick how much I got on overtime because I don't even know. It'll tell me on my profile. All right, I got like 120 bucks. Okay. So let's go like half that. Let's go like a 250 or like a yeah, let's go like we'll go 60 bucks on this play, which is about 300 on the token. Okay. All right, so over here I'm just going to go down and again, guys, whatever you want to bet into, you can see right here I have $119 and change. The overtime token is like 607. That's how they just do the exchange. You could use USDC. You get a little bit extra of a boost here. So I'm going to go with a 300 over here buying this for 60 bucks. And then it's pending. And I might have to put in my token. There we go. We're in. So here's my overtime ticket. It's basically a $60 play on Quetta under 9.5 points. I've been using this book from time to time, and so I really, really like it. And again, using that overtime token, I get a slight boost, slightly reduced odds at minus 104 for 60 bucks. And there it is. So definitely check out overtime, guys. The price on this play just moved down to minus 108, so I got a good price there. But definitely check out overtime. It's an online crypto exchange. So if you live in Texas, you live in Florida, you're looking for another book that you won't get limited on, try overtime. What else do we got here? Derek White, Onyx, DraftKings, under on his rebounds. Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see if we got any movement here. No, I don't see anything at all at the moment. So that's kind of disheartening. I'd like to see that. Appreciate that, Anton. Because it's crypto and it's online, Anton, I would say, I don't know if I do. Let me see. I appreciate you asking. I'm sure there is a way to refer your friends. Yeah, there we go. Here it is. Oh, so I have to actually create mine, Anton. That's the thing. So I actually have to, they don't just automatically give you one. I have to create. Let me see. Might be good to go. Hold on. All right, great. We're good. Here it is. I just created it. So that's for overtime. Anybody wants to check it out. So let me just pause for a quick second. For those of you that are interested in overtime, I understand maybe not everyone is, but I just want to maybe kind of explain what happens. You need to use your crypto exchange, whatever that is. I use Coinbase. If you use Robinhood or Venmo or PayPal, you want to make sure you send USDC, which is just, USD cash, guys, in crypto version. So USDC. And when you set up your overtime account, you want to make sure that you're sending your USDC two things. Number one, you want it to be on your overtime account. Okay? So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you're going to have an option here. You're going to have an EOA wallet or you're going to have an overtime account. Make sure it's your overtime account. This is how you can bet. You bet on your overtime account. And then when you go ahead and make the deposit, make sure that it's your overtime account on the Optimism Network, OPT. So when you make that, when you're going to send your USDC and you type in your wallet address, make sure when you select the network, it's Optimism, OPT. And make sure, obviously, you're receiving it on the same network literally within 3 seconds, maybe less than 3 seconds. It's almost instantaneous. As soon as you make that, you send the crypto, it hits your account. It is so fast. So fast. That's the one thing I love about this. Whenever I send my crypto over here, boom, it's instant. You can, I literally watch my balance go up. And again, guys, when you're sending crypto, you might have to pay 25 cents or 50 cents at most to send it. But boom, it's over there and it's really, really solid. So a book that I've been messing around a lot with player props, no mainline markets, no alt markets, only player props, but it's definitely been working out for me. Again, don't put your whole life savings in this sports book. Just maybe put in $50, $100 max. And then once you win a bet, test the withdrawal. Withdraw it. Make sure you can, you're good to go. But check it out. Skunky, I didn't see that. Dude, that's crazy. Hold on. Where the hell's the roster at? The team. There we go. Oh, he's on NBA.com. He's still on NBA.com, but maybe he's not on some other sites. Dude, I didn't know that he had another brother. I knew he had Thanasis. I didn't know he had Alex. Wow, they just signed all his brothers. Makes sense. Steelers did the same thing. Signed Derek Watt. Couldn't get JJ, unfortunately. He was too good for our team, but that's crazy. You have to let me know where, because that's crazy. Anyways, guys, that's where we're going to kind of pause the stream. I'm going to go have some brunch. I guess not really breakfast, but it's brunch time here out in the desert. On tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. And as always, guys, Dub Club and everyone that follows me, I really appreciate it, guys. You guys still tuning in and hitting and I don't know, rolling with me. I know that this losing streak's not going to last forever, and excited that the calendar has flipped and excited to have a winning day today. Questions, email me, DM me, guys. But otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.